Start. I'm writing a paper on the sitcom Friends for English 1102. The first place I want to look for information is in scholarly articles because they're always um, correct. I begin the research process by searching for scholarly articles. Um, you can find them in Georgia Southern's library, like online. So I'm gonna I'm gonna type in, go to Georgia Southern's homepage and go to the library and look up a scholarly article over Friends. Okay, on the homepage of your, when you log into your My Georgia Southern, you go to Galileo, Georgia's virtual library, and type in Friends TV show, so it'll be more specific what you're trying to find. Okay. Since my search is so broad, I'm going to narrow it down to the main topic, which is talking about cultural aspects of Friends. Okay. And you just can like read through the article and look at the main topics to make sure it's relevant to your essay or research paper. And this particular article I found is called Saying Goodbye to Friends, and it looks as if um, it's about the last episode of Friends and how it was such a worldwide big deal, I guess. And you can also look at the date and when it was last reviewed or when it was published or whatever, and that'll tell you how credible it is. Also, and this date was 2011, so I mean that was not too long ago, so it should be okay. And I'm gonna save this source because it's relevant and it seems very credible, and it's a scholarly article. And to keep up with this so I can cite it later in my paper so I won't plagiarize, is just copy the link and post it into a Word document so then I can go back and make my citation when I finish my paper. And then the information I've read in it, I'm just going to go ahead and type all in my paper and stay on this article until I finish with it. And then since I saved the link, I can go back and add if I need to at the end of my paper. Okay, the next place I'm going to look is just on Google. I'm going to type in Friends for maybe some interesting facts about the cultural aspects. It doesn't have to be necessarily a scholarly article, but you do want to make sure it's credible and true because anyone can type stuff on the internet. Okay, and then now I found one on the New York Times, and it is. Wait. Actually, no, that's not New York Times. It looks like it, but um, okay, now I'm on the New York Times, and New York Times is always a okay source to use. It's facts, and so far I typed in Friends on New York Times, and it's pulled up just different episodes. So you want to make sure. I need to make sure I'm going to pick an episode that is relevant to the episode I'm focusing on, which is the last episode of the last season. Which is focusing on them all like leaving each other, and I do the same thing with this website. You're gonna just, or I'll usually post the link, copy the link in a Word document, and then come back and so I can cite it later on so make sure I don't plagiarize, and then um, get all my information off this page that I need and I think will benefit my paper and improve it. And then I just keep however many different sources are required for your paper, or even if you're just using enough to make your paper very well written. Make sure I just want to make sure I cite everything so I don't plagiarize like I mentioned earlier. So I just basically repeat this cycle and just make sure. I mean, it really depends what class you're using, but for a research paper for English or just a regular essay for English, you always want to make sure you do include scholarly articles so it's factual and good information, but also include stuff that makes your paper interesting. And just go and find. I'll go and find all the sources I need until my paper is finished. If I've answered all these, is that okay? Oh well.